Robin here with Matt, Man, and Robin. Welcome to the channel where we discuss a lot of things about Operation Christmas Child and how to pack shoe boxes to send to children around the world. Today I want to talk to you about printables. These are things that I print at home from my computer, which is sitting right in front of me, see the glare, and my printer right at home and utilize in my shoebox. First, I want to say that I know so many of you in the community already have a ton of amazing printables. I know a lot of the creators here on YouTube that kind of share our ideas with the community. They have printables, and this is not, I am not trying to take away from them at all. In fact, a lot of these items are even inspired by some of you beautiful women and the things that you have created. I do not want to take away from their creativity or their hard work. Please continue to utilize those that content that you have found, and I still use, like, I go to Blessings in a Shoebox and use their printables all the time. So continue to use those. These are just things that I have made on my own that I use and I want to share with you guys. Now, there are a lot of things that are similar and I was perhaps inspired by things I saw on other printable locations, but maybe they weren't the right size for the way I pack, or I wanted them to be, the images to be different so that I could use my scissors a different way. I've made each one of these individually, and as I get to each printable, I will explain how I made them, and if I used resources from anywhere, I will tell you where they came from. So just disclaimer out there, I love our community. I just want to encourage you to keep making your own, inspire you to, use these if you want, and include you. Please let me know in the description below if you have some ideas for some more printables. Some of these came from you guys, and I'm excited to share them. So I do want to just quick show you where I'm keeping these, because I don't have a beautiful website like Blessings in a Shoebox. I just have Google Docs. So to utilize these printables, which everybody is welcome to, use them as much as you want, print them as much as you want, share them as much as you want, and they are free and for the community. But you do have to have a Gmail account. I will not see that information. I will not even know if you go in here and print them. It's just the only way to be allowed access to Google Drives is to have a Google email, which is Gmail. So once you click on the link in the description below, it's going to take you to, oh gosh, okay. Well, this isn't working at all. To this page here, and there are the printables, and you can just click them. I'm sorry, that's a big fail. Big fail. But if you are not familiar with Google Drive, it will show you an image of the document, and you double click on it, and there will be an icon for you to print it or download it. So you can download these and keep them on your computer. They are for the community. They're for you. If you want to use them, you can. So let's jump in here with my favorite one. I think I just like it because it's the most colorful. This printable is for reusable menstrual pads. So what I did was I went on Amazon and went to like 25 different manufacturers to see if they had instructions on their Amazon pages for these pads. I went to Facebook. I asked you ladies in our community. Several people shared items. In fact, Denise from D. Rogers shared an image with me from Trey with OCD for OCC. So this is like super community sharing. She shared one of those images and it really inspired me. And so I just grabbed little bits here and little bits there from all of those different instructions that I found, and I put them together, and I put instructions in English, Spanish, and French. So I did a whole lot of research where all of our boxes have gone the past 3 or 4 years. And I know that other languages are more populously spoken, but those 3 languages seem to be the languages spoke in the most countries. Not necessarily by the most people, but in the most countries. And other languages that are more populous, our boxes don't seem to go to those countries. So I did not utilize those. Those are the 3 languages I chose to use in this printable. So let me show you what it looks like. When you go on to click the link, this is what it will look like. And there are 3 sets of instructions per 1 page. So let me zoom in here. By zoom in, I mean move closer to the camera. So the way that I have printed them to work is to fold them in half. And once they are folded in half, you're going to have a front which says how to use these. And you're going to have a back that says how to wash these. And then you will just cut right here, along here. And I have made it so that you can use just a regular pair of scissors to cut these, or my favorite, what I like to use, is my paper trimmer. You can get this at Hobby Lobby for about $15. So if this is something you want to invest in, it's well worth it. Fiskars is a really good brand, and if the blade ever goes dull, you can just replace it very, very easily. Like, so easy, I just did that with my left hand without even really looking. So, I like these. And then, once I have cut them, I laminate them. I don't have a laminator. I would love to have a laminator. What I got is tape. So, once they were folded, I just put tape on one side and flipped it over and put tape on the other. So this is the English, and this is the Spanish, and this is the French for each image. And I will include these with all of my reusable menstrual pads. I'll just kind of tell you quickly what it says. It tells them how to place the pad in their underwear, how to snap the buttons, and that they need to keep the dirty ones in their wet bag until they can go home and clean them. And then it tells them to soak them in cold water, wash them with their hands and soap if they have it, and hang it out to dry in the sunlight. And it also tells them not to use hot water, bleach, or a scrubbing brush. So that is my how to use menstrual pads. Yay! This one's my favorite just because it has the most color, I think. And it took me a really long time to Google Translate all of these. So, the next one, I actually have 2 images available for you for Chapstick, because I printed one and I made one, and then my mom came and I was like, hey Mom, what do you think of this? And she couldn't understand it. I was like, you don't understand? She's like, no, I don't get it. So I made another one. So there are 2 for you to choose from. Let me show you what they are. This was the first one that my mom didn't understand. So I guess it is a little jarring when you look at a whole page of it. But when you zoom in, it's a hand holding a chapstick, then showing it being applied to lips, and then a little image down in the bottom that says, don't eat it. So I simplified it, and this is the second one. Also very jarring to look at a whole page of them. But when you zoom in, it is a girl putting chapstick on and a little symbol that says, don't eat it. So I found these images on WikiHow, and I downloaded them, and then I included this little don't eat sign. And the reason why I have put these images so close together, and it makes you kind of like want to go cross-eyed, it actually reminds me, you remember in the 90s, those 3D calendars where you just kind of stared at it until you went cross-eyed and a dolphin would pop out at you? That's what this feels like. But I have designed them to be this close so that I can use my paper cutter and I don't have to cut around each individual box. I can just go zoop, 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 and it makes it a lot faster. You can also do the same thing with scissors. You just no longer have to cut perfect little squares out. You can cut it like wrapping paper. So that is how I made these two. They are images from WikiHow. This next one makes me giggle because guys, I probably spent the most time trying to find this image because it didn't exist. There were places where I could pay someone that had created an image, but your girl is, you know, too frugal for that. So I finally found this image, and this is a Do Not Eat Play-Doh Printable. So here's our little friend, and he's just munching away on Play-Doh. This was actually a meme, and this is just one of the little images in that meme. There were lots of little kiddos eating things, and I took his little image right off of that meme and put a big red X on it, and that's how I came up with these Do Not Eat Play-Doh images. The next one is actually inspired by you guys, and this one I straight up created from scratch. This was how to play jacks. I couldn't find it anywhere. There were several videos on how to play jacks, but the reason I couldn't find it is because it's really hard to depict the image of a ball bouncing. Like, it was hard to find a way to explain how to play this game in images only. So it is in 4 languages actually. I have English, French, Spanish, and Swahili is the 4th one that I picked. So this is what it looks like. Again, it's the same idea as the reusable menstrual pads in that you can fold it in half. And once it's folded in half, you will have 4 images on one side and the instructions in the 4 languages on the other, and you just will cut along here and you will have your instructions. So let me zoom in a little bit and show you exactly what it is. The only image that I used was this hand, and then I found some jacks, and I placed them all on these little backgrounds and moved things around. So basically you're supposed to drop the jacks, and then you throw the ball in the air, and as it's bouncing, you scoop up the jacks, and before it bounces a second time, you grab the ball. And I did the best I could at creating this. Please let me know if this works, if you can understand it, and if you can follow along. So that is my how to play jacks image that I created. The next one is how to play marbles, and it's a lot like that how to play jacks, except these images I did find on WikiHow, so I didn't have to create them. Again, you will fold it in half, and there will be 4 images on how to play. And on this translation, there is English, French, Spanish, and Mandarin. So I might in the future change this to Swahili, but for now, I'm just going with it. The only thing that I modified in this image is that the original circle here, all it said was 3 feet, and I modified it to say 90 centimeters since the majority of the world uses centimeters and not feet. So that is the how to play marbles printable that you can use from the link below. And the next one is how to use nail clippers. This one is 100% inspired by Blessings in a Shoebox. They have a printable. You can use theirs. It's great. I used it all last year. The only reason I created mine, I did it for 2 reasons, is I wanted those images closer together, like so I could use my paper cutter and not have to cut around each individual square. And also theirs had 4 images and I only wanted 2. So it's the same. These images are from WikiHow. You can use them or you can continue to use Blessings in a Shoebox. It's a great printable to use. Here, let me show you what it is. You're not gonna be surprised at all, except that I can't pick up the paper. That's surprising. So it is just, it's a whole bunch on one page, and it tells you how to lift and close the nail clippers and then how to trim your fingernails. Very simple, very not complex at all. If you want a more detailed one, Blessings in a Shoebox, theirs is more detailed than this. The next printable is that checklist. Now this is 100% mine. On the video that I made about this, someone felt like I was stealing from someone and not giving them credit, and yes, the layout of this was inspired by Blessings in a Shoebox, but I created this from scratch, like in Word with lines, and mine is different than theirs. Theirs is very specific, so if you want one that is specific, and I would recommend it for if you're just starting out, theirs might be a better one, because they say specifically these printouts are for girls 2 to 4, and they have specific things that they want in that box for a 2 to 4 girl. Mine is generic. This is what I want in every box. It doesn't matter if it's a boy or a girl or what age they are. But and just so you know that I definitely created it myself, since I made that video, I went and rearranged all of these so that they are set up in the order in which I have things stored in my room. Like, that's how OCD it is. Like, if the soap is in the drawer first, then the soap is on the list first. and so I just wanted to let you know that this is mine and I didn't take it from anywhere else, and I want to share it. You can use it. If you see someone else using this and talking about it on their channel, that's great. I am not offended, and I am excited because I want to include you and encourage you to go do lots of boxes. So please use this if you want. The next thing is also inspired by one of you guys. You asked for a pickup sticks game. It's very similar to some of my other printables, where there are 4 images over here and 4 different languages over here, where you can fold it in half and cut right here, and you will have your instructions. So it tells them how to hold the sticks, how to drop the sticks, how to pick them up without moving them, and then how to keep score. That is the pickup sticks game. And these are images from WikiHow. The only thing that I changed is this scoring image. I added the different languages down here, and these numbers were very, very small and very faint, so I enhanced them by making them larger and easier to see. So that's where these images are from. This next one is spirograph. I needed spirograph instructions last year, so I went ahead and created these. This is literally just an image I found, and I copied it and put a bunch of them on a page. I think it's pretty explanatory. It was the best image I could find that showed someone actually holding the plastic part and then putting the pin in the interior plastic part and making the swirl design. So I do know Simply Shoeboxes, I think, has a printout for spirograph. And that is the one that I used last year. Again, I just wanted something simpler. Theirs is much more detailed and more beautiful. You can use those, but these are available for you too if you want. And the last thing that I have available right now, I will continue to add to this and it will grow, and maybe someday I will be talented enough to have a website like those other 2 places I have mentioned. But for now, this is all I have. This is the very last one. Within the link, there is a folder, and it says filler tags. And so if you go in there, there are a whole bunch of these. Let me scooch it in so you can see. It says girl, And this one is for a 5 to 9 or a 10 to 14. And these are for my fillers that I will send into the distribution center. If it's something that is a kit, I want to make it super easy for those people to distribute them once they get to the distribution center. For the box inspectors, as they're looking for something and they might like ask a neighbor, hey, do you have anything for a boy, a teenage boy? I need a teenage boy thing. If they have these tags on them, it might be quicker for them to grab and stash in the box. So I made one for each age group and each gender. And then, so there is a girl 2 to 4, a girl 5 to 9, and a girl 10 to 14. And then there is also this one, which is a girl 5 to 9 or 10 to 14. So basically I would utilize this tag if it's something that's just kind of generically for a girl, but maybe it has items that are too little for a 2 to 4-year-old. I just wanted to make it real easy for the fillers, the people filling the boxes, to be able to know, oh, too many small pieces, not for a toddler box. But on the back of this, it has the God loves you, Jesus loves you, we love you, which was inspired by a video of someone who received a shoebox, and the note in his shoebox simply said that, and that's how he came to know the Lord. So what I do with these are just in black and white, and then I print them on colored cardstock. So this is a pink cardstock, and then for the boy ones, I print them in blue, and then I will cut them out and put them with the fillers. So those are my printables that I use. Please let me know if you want me to attempt to make some more. It might take me a long time. It's very, it takes a lot of time and effort and heart to do that. So be patient with me if you ask for something. If there's something you ask for and I know a place to get it already, I might just send you that location so that you would have something until I can create one in my style. So anyway, again, I just love you guys, and I did not want to take away from anyone else's hard work because these are hard to make. So if you already use a printable that another YouTuber or packer or community or friend has created, that is amazing, and I am not trying to take away from anyone. This is just my style and how I pack and how I wanted to utilize these printables, and I just thought I would share them with you in case you wanted to use them. So anyway, that's it for today, and in case no one has told you, I love you lots. Bye!